happy Friday. I am so happy it's the weekend. This is the first like weekend I've had just to be home in a little while, and it's like 12:45 now, so I got off work at noon and I actually went and stopped at my local like deli kind of because I wanted macaroni salad so bad, so I got a sandwich and my macaroni salad. So I'm going to eat that and then update you guys on kind of my plans for the weekend, what I'm reading, what I'm doing, that sort of thing. So yeah, I'm gonna have my lunch and then hopefully be reading by 1 o'clock. Well, I've already not done what I said I would do in this vlog because dogs are smarter than we think, and I had told this one that when I got home from work today, we would go for a CARRIDE and get a puppuccino, and he would not let it go. So I did take him. We went to Starbucks. I got my iced coffee and he got his puppuccino. But now I wanted to tell you what my reading plans for the weekend are. Not sure what I got on myself. So the first thing I'm reading is Big Girl by Kelsey Miller. I'm kind of just reading this like 2 chapters at a time. It's basically a memoir about a girl who has like yo-yo dieted her whole life and kind of how she gave that up. So I'm slowly going through this, and then I am getting to 2 more of my rereads. The sun's doing weird things. I'm going to be rereading The Moon and More by Sarah Dessen, and then The Giver by Lois Lowry. If I get through all of these things, I think next on my list was 3 Women by Lisa Taddeo, which I won't start that if I don't finish this first. I don't want to be reading 2 like nonfiction things at once. But yeah, those are my plans for the weekend, and it is now like 1:30, so I'm really gonna sit down and actually read now. So I just read like 70 pages of this, but I don't actually want to talk about this book that much in this video because I'm actually reading this for another video. But I am about to just switch to The Moon and More by Sarah Dessen. So I'm going to start that now and then probably take a little break, do some chores, because that'll be around when Chris gets home, maybe have dinner and continue on with my night. I would like to get 6 hours of reading done today, but I don't think that's realistic. Like now I'm at like an hour and a half. I would like to basically read 6 hours every day of this weekend, so I spoke that into existence. Now I have to do it, right? I hadn't really remembered what this was about. Also, I love that this is purple, but now that I'm in it, it's coming back to me. I am like over 100 pages in now. I sat down and just plowed through quite a bit of it. But we are following our main character, Emmeline, and she's working for her family business, which does like vacation rentals. So we're at a beach town. She's working a lot and she has a boyfriend. And what I said that I had remembered of this before is that she has divorced parents, which they're not actually divorced. Her mom basically had her senior year of high school with a boy who had just been like visiting the town on vacation. So her dad hasn't been in her life much, but her stepdad has been very involved. I think my lights are flickering. And so that's the family dynamic that I had remembered and that I had liked so much the first time around. I don't really remember where this goes, so it feels like I'm reading a whole new book, but I'm enjoying it so far. Her dad is like coming back to town and they're rekindling kind of a relationship. But yeah, that's really all I know so far. It is very good and it's going fast. So far Friday night is going very well. I only got to 4.5 hours today, but I'm going to bed. So good night. I am up. It's like 9 o'clock. I woke up just before 8. I've been doing some reading just in bed. I took a shower. You probably can hear my space heater because it's so cold. I think I'm gonna have to cave today and turn our heat on in the house because I don't want to spend all day in bed, and our space heater is keeping like our whole upstairs warm right now. I am getting pretty far into The Moon and More. I've got just a small chunk left, so I'm gonna keep reading till I get to a good stopping point. And I think other than that, my plans are the same as I said yesterday. I do think if I finish The Moon and More, Big Girl, and The Giver that instead of moving on to Three Women, I'm going to start a reread of A Court of Thorns and Roses, because there is like a readathon thing going on where people are rereading that series. So if I could finish it in the time frame that they're doing it, I might as well participate. So those are my plans today. I do have to run a couple errands, but other than that, it is going to be completely a reading day. It was only 61 degrees in my house, so the heat got turned on. But I have less than 100 pages left in The Moon and More, so I'm planning on sitting down and finishing it right now. But I wanted to share like a couple more thoughts, I guess, on how I'm feeling about it so far. I do think when I read this the first time, I thought it was really relatable, and I'm not getting that this time, so I don't know that my enjoyment is going to be quite as much. It is just like a cute story about like relationships and what to do with them before you go off to college, and a lot of these couples are separating, and then it is a good discussion of her relationship with her family, with having parents not together, and just the relationship going on there. But it's not everything I was hoping it to be. It is fun, it's fluffy, and I'm having a good time, and I'm gonna be finishing it within 24 hours. So obviously it was or is a pretty good read, but it's not like to the degree that I have held it to for so long, which is sad for me, because I did consider this a favorite of all time. But we'll see. Like I said, I'm not remembering much of where the plot actually goes in this, so I have no idea where the ending is going still. I don't remember if the couple stays together. I don't remember what happens with her like dad, so it's like I'm reading it for the first time almost, but with high expectations. It is now like 1 o'clock, and I'm a touch frustrated because my errands took a little longer than I wanted them to today. So I feel like I've wasted a little bit of time. Also, because I didn't think they were going to take as long, I was going to like cook lunch. I'm way too hungry, so I stopped on my way home and got Taco John. So I'm going to eat that quick and get back to reading so that this doesn't get me too far off track today. But yeah, there's a lot of hours left in the day to get caught up, but I just get frustrated when things don't go quite to plan. So off I go. I finished The Moon and More, and I ended up giving it 3.75 stars, which obviously isn't the 5 stars I gave it the last time I read it in 2013, but it was still very enjoyable. And I do think I'm going to be reading quite a few more of Sarah Dessen's books as I go through my rereading, and I would just like to read more of them. It's a good change of pace to what I usually read, like a good break, palette cleanser. But I am now about to start The Giver by Lois Lowry, and that book is only like 170 pages, so that should fly by fast. What time is it? It's like 3:30, 3:20, and I am about halfway through The Giver. So I thought I would give a quick little synopsis about what this is about, and it's basically, like I said, a very short book. And it's about a utopian society, meaning that like everything is essentially perfect and everything is decided on by a committee of elders. And we're following our main character Jonas, who is coming up on his 12th birthday essentially. And in this world, on your 12th birthday, you get your assignment as to what your job is going to be. And he gets a very weird assignment, or abnormal assignment. It's not really weird. And so basically his assignment is that nobody in this society knows anything beyond like their community. So they don't know anything in the world. They don't know color. They don't know pain. They don't know all sorts of things. And so Jonas is going to have to learn those things. So it's a very interesting read. Like I said, I do know where this goes. I've read it before. I think this is my 4th time reading this book. So yeah, I know where it's going, but I love it every time. It's always been so interesting to me, like just how the whole society works. And I'm a rule follower, so like the idea that like everything is so dictated and these are the rules that you follow has always just been really interesting to me. Not saying that I would enjoy being in this society, but yeah, I'm basically gonna sit down and finish the second half now. The whole book's only gonna take me like 2.5 hours to read total. So The Giver, 5 stars. As quick as it was, I do think it's just a great story about like knowing no loneliness, never knowing hunger, and it's just such an interesting topic, and like the burden of one person holding that burden for everyone is just really intriguing. So yeah, I enjoyed that today. I definitely am going to take a break now and probably make some supper, do some chores, and then jump into Court of Thorns and Roses tonight. So that should be fun, but I'm ready for a little break. So I read one more chapter of Big Girl and the first chapter of A Court of Thorns and Roses, and I think I'm gonna call it a night. I have another video to edit to get ready to go up tomorrow, so I think I'm just gonna do that instead of really getting into something else tonight. But how much did I read today? I read for 5.5 hours today, so that's pretty good. It's only like 7 p.m. right now, so if I can get that video up, and then I would really like to watch some other videos tonight. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and call it a night. I finished 2 books today, so I'm very happy with that, but I will see you guys again in the morning. Good morning. It's like 7:45. I woke up fairly early this morning. I let the dog out, fed him, and I set my video to upload. And I was thinking, because I have not yet to mention it in a video, I have been linking like what I've been listening to in the description of all my videos for a while now, and I've been leaving a like one song clip and then a whole playlist of everything that I've linked previously. So if you want to check that out, definitely check out the song I linked today. I'm trying to think what I should link in this to really entice you guys. Okay, I think I know what I'm gonna link, so definitely go check that out so that you know that I am that bitch. But yes, I did come back to bed and grab my book. I'm gonna read just a quick little section of this today, and then I can set that aside for the rest of the day and read A Court of Thorns and Roses. And I also think I'm gonna film my November TBR today. It's the 19th, but I was looking at what other videos I need to go up this month, and I think that my video on my Sunday video needs to be that. So I better get on that. I did create my own TBR game, so stay tuned for that, and I am planning on reading a lot of new releases in November, so definitely check out my November TBR coming shortly. I just filmed a video right here, so I might as well film this clip right here. But I am actually getting through some things pretty well today. It's about, what time is it? It's 12:15. And I am 90 pages into Court of Thorns and Roses, and I did read some of Big Girl this morning. I think I'm putting that on hold for the day. But yeah, this is my 3rd reread of this book, and I do have a signed copy to Bailey. But I think I got this signed. I went to the Air of Fire when she was on tour for Air of Fire, and I think this came out before that, if I'm remembering what specific book I was actually there for. So my first few copies of the Throne of Glass series and this book are all signed. I did give this 3 stars when I read it last time, and it's not feeling that familiar to me. Once again, why I even reread things is because they don't stay in my mind that well. But yeah, I've been productive today with videos. Now I really need to be a little bit more productive with my reading, even though I'm really satisfied with how well I've done this weekend so far. Alright, it's like 4 p.m. now, and I think I'm gonna call it a day. I got to page 268 of A Court of Thorns and Roses, and I've read for 5.5 hours today, so I think I'm just gonna be done. I haven't done much else this weekend, so I'm just kind of ready to relax. I'm gonna look how many hours I read all weekend. So I read 18 hours this weekend. I read a total of 1,127 pages, and I finished 2 books, almost 3 books. So that's amazing. That's way more than I needed to do. So yeah, I'm happy with that. And with that, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.